Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at another meaning for the preposition up. So we saw in a previous video that one of the basic or core meanings of up is upwards. If you haven't seen that video, the link is in the description below. Now we can extend the idea of upwards to get the idea of appearing. And the reason for this is because many things in the physical world seem to appear when they start to move upwards. The most obvious example is, of course, the sun, which appears to us when it rises upwards. Now, the sun rising above the horizon is probably the main reason historically for why people began to associate moving upwards with appearing. However, most modern-day English speakers probably first learned to associate these two ideas at a very young age, from a toy known as a jack-in-the-box, seen here. As you can see, the doll appears by suddenly moving upwards. Of course, there are many other things in the world that also seem to appear by moving upwards. So now that we know why appearing can be associated with upwards, let's take a look at some phrasal verbs that use up in this way. How do you think we would describe this using a phrasal verb with up, where up means appear? So here, an advertisement suddenly appears on a computer screen. So we can say, an ad pops up. Now, if you aren't familiar with the word pop, it refers to the pop sound that's made when compressed air is suddenly released, such as when a balloon bursts or when a bottle of champagne is opened. Since this pop sound happens very quickly, it implies sudden or brief. So in this sentence, an ad pops up. Ad means advertisement, pop implies sudden, and up means appear. So the sentence can be understood as meaning an advertisement suddenly appears. Okay, let's take a look at another one. How do you think we could describe this using a phrasal verb with up, where up means appear? Here, some ice appears on the wings of an airplane. So we can say, the wings ice up. Ice means ice, and up means appear. So the sentence can be understood as, the wings ice appear. Or in other words, ice appears on the wings. Alright, let's try one more. How could we describe this using a phrasal verb with up, again, where the preposition up means to appear? Here, clouds appear in the sky, so we could say, the sky clouds up. Clouds means clouds, and up means appear. So the sentence can be understood as meaning, the sky clouds appear. Or in other words, clouds appear in the sky. So, I hope this helped you understand the preposition up a little bit better and why we often use it to mean appear. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.